Hi guys, today we're going to be doing a video doing an experiment called which vegetable produces electricity. My hypothesis for this video is that I think that the potato will produce more electricity because it's been said to deliver a high power. The materials for this experiment are going to be a connecting wire, which is this one here. We're also going to be using a copper and zinc strips. And we're going to be using a digital clock with wires, just like you can see here, and vegetables. And for my vegetables, I'm going to be using cucumbers, lemons, and potatoes. My independent variable would be the vegetables. My dependent variable would be the digital clock with wires. And my control would be the connecting wire, copper and zinc strips, along with the digital clock. So the procedures for this experiment is you're gonna grab whichever vegetable you're gonna start with. Let's just say we're doing cucumbers. So you're gonna grab both cucumbers and you're gonna set them apart just a little bit. And you're first gonna grab your copper and zinc strip connected to the wire, and you're gonna stick it in the cucumber or whichever vegetable you're working with. And you wanna make sure that you go deep enough. Once you set this once, you're going to go ahead and grab your dependent, which is the digital clock with wires, and you're going to do the same thing, but you want to make sure that when you do this, if you have already placed the zinc on your right cucumber, you want to make sure that you put a copper now. So you want to have both of them, the opposites here, for it to work. If you connect both of them, once you connect everything, if the digital clock turns on, that means that this vegetable is producing electricity. So those are our instructions. Just make sure that after you're done with the first vegetable you used, or whichever vegetable, every time after each vegetable, you want to make sure that you clean this, because there's going to be some juice left over and that may alter your results. So let's go ahead and start with the cucumber. Okay, so we're going to start with the cucumber first. We're going to go ahead and do 3 trials on each vegetable just to make sure that we're actually doing this correctly. So let's go ahead and start. So we're going to grab our control wires, and I'm going to put the copper on my right as deep as I can and the zinc on the left. So now that this is set up, we're going to go ahead and grab our clock with the wires as well. And we're gonna stick them in here, and just like I said earlier, we want to make sure that we have the opposite. Since I already have a copper here, I'm gonna do the zinc, and you want to leave a little space in between them. Now let's do it on the other side. And the clock turned on, so that means that this cucumber is producing electricity. So as you guys can see, the clock did turn on, so the cucumber is producing electricity. So now we're gonna do the potato. So let's clean this up. We're gonna go ahead and take it off and clean it up. We're gonna take it off. Now that it's clean, we're gonna remove the cucumbers, and let's try with the potato. So same procedure, we're gonna grab both potatoes. We're gonna start with our connecting wires. You're so stupid. So now we're gonna be working with the potatoes. We're gonna go ahead and do the same procedures. So we start with the connecting wires. We put them in as deep as possible. And then we grab our digital clock with wires as well, and we make sure that it's, again, the opposite. So the copper goes on this side and the zinc goes on this side. And it turned on, so the potato is also producing electricity. So this proves my hypothesis as being right. Now we're gonna do the lemons. So we're gonna take this off, and we want to make sure we clean them. we're gonna grab our 2 lemons, set them up here, and we're gonna grab our connecting wire. I'm gonna go ahead and put the copper on my left, and sometimes they're a little hard. You gotta find a spot. Okay, and you're gonna do the same thing with your right. Okay, once you have them in there, you're gonna grab your copper and zinc connected to your digital clock. We're gonna set it up, and as you guys can see, I have the zinc on my right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the copper on that side. So now that we have connected our connecting wire and our copper and zinc strips with the digital clock, we see that it shows a time. So that proves that the lemon does produce electricity. So now that we have done our 3 trials, we have our results, as you guys can see here. So on the 3 trials, we got yes for all the vegetables. So that means that the lemon, cucumber, and potato produce electricity. So my hypothesis wasn't all wrong. The potato did produce electricity, but I thought only the potato would. So now I know that the lemon and cucumber produce electricity as well.